everyone, it's Jasmine here with another episode of Travel Tips, and for today's episode I will be giving you 5 tips on how you can have the perfect campervan trip. And campervans have been growing in popularity over the years lately because what's better than having everything all in one place? You can take your sleeping place with you and you don't have to put your bags anywhere because it's all there. It's basically like a transportable home for your trip. As always, let's get right into it. Now, for tip number 1 is to have the right mindset. And coming from Finland, this is something that I truly live among everyday life, because when you're living in a country where it's just snowing and dark 9 months at a time, then you learn to think that weather is just mindset. So same goes with campervan trips. So when you're going on a campervan trip, you have to accept the idea that you will be living in your car for weeks, days, or even months, depending on how long your trip is. So you always have to have the right mindset, because if you don't have the right mindset and you're going into your campervan trip already thinking that's going to be horrible and things are going to go wrong, like where am I going to go pee, how am I going to take a shower, if you take all these worries into consideration, then obviously you're already set to fail, right? So just train yourself in your mindset that this is something that is new. Maybe it's not new to you, but if it is new to you, it's a learning experience, and maybe you can shower in the sea, or like you don't have to live in a campervan the whole time. You can also go live in a hotel or hostel, motel along the way. So just keep an open mind, have the right mindset, and just go with the flow and have fun with your travel mates. And now for tip number 2 is to enjoy the ride. And what I mean with enjoy the ride is you'll probably be on the road for hours at a time, and I know it's not going to be fun and games 24/7, right? So try to enjoy the ride by even just spectating the views in front of you as you drive away, because as a camper, the journey itself is what matters, not the destination. And who knows, you might not even have a clear destination in mind where you're going, so you're just driving and see where it will take you. And now for tip number 3, I'm about to give you 7 items that you should probably write down now that you have to take on your campervan trip. So the first one is food and beverages, clean linens and pillows for the bed, portable water for dishwashing and laundry, a kitchenette fuel, either propane or butane if necessary, a rope and a kitchen knife, toilet paper, and connection cables for camp. And now for tip number 4, if you haven't been on a campervan trip a lot, and if you're still new to it, the best thing to do is to plan ahead beforehand. Plan your routes, where you want to see the destinations, and where you plan on stopping, where do you want to go camping, because it makes a huge difference whether you decide to do your trip in Australia or Scandinavia, because the climate can also change drastically. So in addition to culture and prices, be sure to do some research on your area where you're planning on doing your trip with the campervan, and make sure it fits with your needs and desires. And now we get into the last tip I have for you today, is to bring some entertainment with you. Maybe download some music on Spotify in your playlist, bring a chessboard, some books, maybe you want to journal or paint, draw, just whatever you feel like that will help you kill time while you're on the road. Take it with you and have a great time on the road. So this concludes my 5 tips I have for you today. I wish you all the best on your campervan trips, and I'll see you next week Tuesday with another episode of Travel Tips. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and maybe leave a comment on what kind of tips you would love to see. And if you're interested in traveling with like-minded travelers or possibly creating your own trip, make sure to also check out JoinMyTrip.com, and I'll see you next week. Bye!